Common industries to lecture number 38 is varnishes, their types and description. Table of contents. The table of contents of this lecture are varnishes, their types and description, types of varnishes, types of solvent-based varnishes. So in this lecture, you will learn about the varnishes, their types, and their description. Varnish. What is varnish and what is their role? Varnish liquid coating materials containing a resin that dries to a hard transparent film. So, varnish is used as a liquid coating, and this is a liquid coating material which consists of a resin. And when this coating dries, it gives us a hard transparent film. So the film forms due to varnish is hard and very transparent. Most varnishes are a blend of a resin, drying oil, dried and volatile solvents. So what are the main ingredients or main components of varnishes? The following are the main ingredients or main components of the varnishes. These components are resin, drying oil, dryer and volatile solvents. So varnish is formed from the blend of these components. When varnish dries, its solvent proportion evaporates and the remaining constituents oxidize or polymerize to form a durable transparent film. So how a transparent film is formed? When varnish dries, the solvent which is present in the varnish evaporates. And when the solvent evaporates, what happens? The remaining constituents which are present, they are oxidized. And after oxidation, they polymerize, and when they polymerize, they form a film which is durable and transparent. So how a transparent film is formed? What are the uses of varnishes? The varnishes are used as a protective coating. They provide the protective coating for wooden surfaces, paintings, and various decorative objects. So, varnish is used as a protective coating, and the various surfaces which are coated with varnishes are wooden surfaces, paintings, and there are some decorative objects which are coated by the varnishes. So, due to varnish, the product or the object will remain protected from the environmental conditions. Varnish protects and enhances the appearance of wooden floors, interior wood paneling, and furniture. So the basic role of the varnish is to protect the surface. It protects the wooden surfaces, paintings, decorative objects, and various other surfaces. It also enhances the appearance of the wooden surfaces, wooden floors, interior wood paneling, and furniture. So what is wood paneling? Wood paneling is a millwork wall covering constructed from rigid or semi-rigid components. There are traditionally interlocking wood, but could be plastic or other materials. Varnishes, their types and description. So what are varnishes? What are their types? And how we can describe the varnishes? Paints known as varnishes contain a solid binder dissolved in a solvent and are dried out as a result of its evaporation. So, paints are called as varnishes. Paints and varnishes act as a protective covering. Paints are also called as varnishes because they contain a solid binder. And what is the function of this solid binder? This solid binder is dissolved in a solvent, and when these solvents are dissolved and dried as a result of evaporation, they form a protective covering on the surfaces. They are widely used as materials for covering surfaces for decorative and protective purposes. So, the paints and varnishes are used as a materials which covers the surfaces and the objects. They are also used for decorative and protective purposes. They used to cover the surfaces of decorated objects, and they protect the wide number of surfaces and objects. Varnishes also have the ability to quickly cure in a very wide temperature range. So, the major role of the varnishes is that they have the ability that they quickly cure in very wide temperature range. Varnish is a type of finish that can create transparent or pigmented coatings, where the main raw material is a hard and linear polymer. So varnish is a type of finish. They create a transparent coating on various objects or the surfaces. They also create the pigmented coatings. And what are the pigmented coatings or the pigments? The pigments are insoluble particulate materials. The major role of the pigments is to provide the color opacity, glass control, rheological control, and certain other features that act as a corrosion inhibitor or magnetic moment. Pigments are also act as a filler which reduce the cost of the coating. The major raw material which is used in that type of coating is a hard or linear polymer. What are the properties of varnish? The nature and properties of varnishes are strongly dependent on the type of their structure. So, basically, the properties of varnishes, the nature of the varnishes is strongly dependent on the structure of the compound or the material. The most popular solvents for the production of varnishes are generally white spirits or mineral terpinate. So, which are the solvents which are widely used in the production of varnishes? The most popular solvents which are used widely for the production of varnishes are white spirits or mineral terpenates. So mineral terpenates or white spirits has a major role in the production of varnishes. It is possible to distinguish many types of varnishes, which can be generally divided into two groups. So, It is possible that we can distinguish the varnishes into different types. The varnishes are basically classified into two major types or groups: solvent based and water based. The two groups in which varnishes are classified as are solvent based groups and water based groups. Types of varnishes. So what are the types of varnishes? Polyurethane. The first type of varnish is polyurethane. So what are polyurethane varnishes and what is their role? Polyurethane is a synthetic resin and a type of varnish used in finishing of floors, cabinets and other woodworks. It is a desirable choice of varnish because it is transparent, water fungus and resist abrasions. So there are wide number of applications of polyurethane varnishes. They are typically hard, abrasion resistant and durable coatings. The varnishes which when applied to a surface, when the surface is dried, they gives us a hard protective coating. So the coating which is produced from the polyurethane varnish is hard. Polyurethane varnish act as a abrasion resistant. And what is abrasion resistant? Abrasion resistance can be defined as the ability of a surface to resist being worn away by rubbing or friction. So, due to the property of abrasion resistant of polyurethane varnish, they resist the surface from abrasion. The coatings which are produced from polyurethane varnishes are durable. They are popular for woodworks or hardwoods, but they are not suitable for some furnitures and other detailed pieces. So, they are popular for hardwood floors but are considered by some wood finishers to be difficult or unsuitable for finishing furniture or other detailed pieces. So, the use of polyurethane varnish is very popular for hardwood floors, but their role is limited for wood finishing because they are unsuitable for finishing furnitures or other detailed pieces, so their role is limited for wood finishers. Acrylic varnishes. So what are acrylic varnishes and what are their applications? Acrylic varnishes are typically waterborne varnishes with the lowest refractive index of all finishes. So the acrylic varnishes are waterborne varnishes. They have the lowest refractive index among all the finishes. What do you know about the waterborne varnishes? The waterborne varnishes are used as a lacquer. They are made up of solvents, and these solvents are mostly water, as well as resins. The waterborne varnishes are also composed of other chemicals, and these chemicals create the emulsions. High transparency. The acrylic varnishes have the ability that they gives us a finish which is highly transparent. They resist yellowing. Another important property of acrylic varnish is that they resist the process of yellowing. Lacquer and other finishes, when they are aged enough, they turn to the yellow. Comes up with low potency chemicals such as orange oils. So that's why we have to use a stronger coatings which resist the yellowing. So methylene chloride based strippers are used to remove multiple layers of varnishes. So how we can remove the yellowing? How acrylic varnishes resist the yellowing? Acrylic based finishes, both water and solvent based finishes are used. These water based finishes and solvent based finishes are best choice for non yellowing finishes. Waxes also will not yellow, as well as some catalyzed lacquer and varnishes used to resist the yellowing. Acrylics have the advantage of water cleanup. So, another role of the acrylic varnishes is that they have an advantage of water cleanup. Types of solvent-based varnishes. So what are solvent-based varnishes and what are the types of solvent-based varnishes? The varnishes which are formed from the solvents are solvent-based varnishes. Solvent-based varnishes form very hard coatings that show high resistance to mechanical damage. So mostly solvent is used in the production of solvent-based varnishes. The coatings which are formed from solvent-based varnishes is very hard. They form a hard covering around the surface or on the surface. They have an ability that they show high resistance to mechanical damage. They prevent from the mechanical damage. They resist to mechanical damage. By creating a homogeneous structure, they also prevent the penetration of moisture. The coating which is formed from the solvent-based varnishes creates a homogeneous structure on the surface or on the objects. In this way, they create a coating which is highly homogeneous and prevent the penetration of moisture into the surface. The most important component of this type of varnish is the solvent, which is usually characterized by an unpleasant and intense smell. The solvent-based varnishes are formed from the solvent. The major component which is involved in the making of solvent-based varnishes is the solvent. The solvent-based varnishes are formed from the solvent, and this solvent has an unpleasant and intense smell. Solvent-based varnishes can be divided into number of subgroups. So, the solvent-based varnishes are further characterized into number of subgroups. Solvent-based polyurethane varnishes. So what are solvent-based polyurethane varnishes and what is their role? The solvent-based polyurethane varnishes are considered best. They are widely available. They are one of the best varnishes available on the market. The polyurethane varnishes has wide number of applications, and the varnishes which are solvent-based polyurethane varnishes are best choice. They are easily available on the market. There are one or two component varnishes. One component polyurethane varnishes use the moisture contained in the air to harden. These varnishes consist of one component or the two components. They are called as one component varnish or the two component varnishes. What are the functions of one component polyurethane varnishes? The one component polyurethane varnishes use the moisture that is contained in the air, and they use this moisture to harden the coating. In contrast, the characteristic features of varnishes based on two components are two stages of drying. So what are the features of two component based varnishes? The two component based varnishes are based on the two components. They require two stages for the process of drying. During the first stage, the solvent evaporates, then the chemical drying takes place and the varnish is hardened. So how the process of drying takes place in the two component based varnishes? In the first step of two component based varnishes, the solvent evaporates. And when the solvent evaporates, then the chemical drying takes place. And after the chemical drying takes place, the coating of varnish is hardened. What are the advantages of polyurethane varnishes? The advantages of polyurethane varnishes are their resistance to moisture as well as high flexibility. So, the major role of polyurethane varnish is that they act as a moisture resistant. They prevent the moisture, they protect the surface from moisture. Another advantage of polyurethane varnish is that they are highly flexible. They provide a coating which is highly flexible. Unfortunately, they are usually very toxic. They allow to obtain a wide range of finishes from satin to clothes. What are the disadvantages of polyurethane varnishes? The disadvantage of polyurethane varnish is that they are highly toxic. They are used to provide a finish They are allowed to obtain a wide range of finishes. They provide a finish from satin to the gloss. Polyurethane varnishes, due to their abrasion resistance, are mainly used for varnishing floors in rooms with high intensity of movement such as halls and lounges. The advantage of polyurethane varnish is that they provide the abrasion resistance. They are used to provide a coating to the floors. They are mainly used for varnishing floors in the rooms. The polyurethane varnishes have high intensity of movements. They are used to provide the finish in the halls and the lounges. Nitrocellulose lacquer. What are nitrocellulose lacquer and what are their applications? Nitrocellulose lacquer produce a hard covering on the surface. They provide a hard finish. They provide a finish which is hard but flexible. They provide a durable finish that can be polished to a high sheen. What are the major raw materials which are used in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer? The main raw material for their production is nitrocellulose resin. It is usually obtained from cotton which is treated with sulfuric or nitric acid. So, the major raw material which is involved in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer is nitrocellulose resin. How we can obtain the resin? The resin is usually obtained from the cotton, and this cotton is treated further with sulfuric acid or the nitric acid. The nitrocellulose varnishes also contain a number of other substances such as polyester and alkyl resin, which improve their hardness and gloss. There are a variety of other materials which are used in the production of nitrocellulose varnishes. The polyester and alkyl resins are involved in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer. By using the polyester and alkyl resin in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer, their ability to provide the hardness and gloss will be enhanced using these materials. Plastifying additives are also used, most often phthalates, which increase resistance to light and temperature. There are other additives and compounds which are added in the making of nitrocellulose lacquer besides polyester and alkyl resins. The plastifying additives are also added in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer. Most commonly, phthalates are used in the production of nitrocellulose lacquer. What is the role of these plastifying additives? The role of plastifying additives is to increase the resistance to light and temperature. So they work as a light resistant and heat resistant. Nitrocellulose varnishes are used as materials for painting, furniture and various wooden elements. They are also used as a base layer for polyurethane varnishes. There are various other applications of nitrocellulose lacquer. The varnishes which are produced from the nitrocellulose are used in the painting of furniture. They are used to provide the coating in various wooden elements. They provide a base layer for polyurethane varnishes. Assignments. Assignment number 1 is what is wood paneling. Assignment number 2 is what is the function of polyurethane varnish. Assignment number 3 is how acrylic varnishes resist yellowing.